Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now, I know it's been a little bit since the last video that I've done, mostly just because I just haven't really been in. The weird thing is, like, I've been in the mood to make content, but the thing was is that I couldn't really find ideas to do, if that makes sense. So, it's like I want to make content, and streaming's been fun, but like no one's been watching it. So I may do it again today. We'll find out. But as a whole, I just have nothing right now. Well, I'll explain this in a little bit. But I when I came across this, I was like, okay, I have to get this now because it's probably going to be sold out fairly soon, and it would probably just be selling for stupid prices from third party scalpers. So might as well just get it now and get it done and over with. But before we get on to this, let's talk about this guy. I mentioned that I was going to do a video about this, and then I just never did it. Honestly, I didn't really see the point in doing it because I was like, well, like, does really anyone gonna care about this? So before we get on to the main thing, which I'm gonna set aside. Ooh, okay, that's all you get to see of it. But you guys already know by the title and the thumbnail, so you guys already know. But real quick before we get on to the main part of the video, let's talk about this guy. So if you guys haven't checked out my social media yet, I am officially 17 now. Do I feel any different from being 16? Nope. In fact, like, really, I legit just don't feel any different. You may argue that my voice is lower. That's literally just because I woke up about you know maybe like a half an hour ago. So that's kind of the explanation why. But yeah, but one of the things that I did get for my birthday was the original Star Trek phaser. Obviously not the original one, but basically to go along with their whole the new Star Trek universe thing, they're starting to repackage some of their old Playmates items from like the early '90s to to younger kids to get them see if they want to get into it. And of course I picked up the phaser because obviously I'm a Star Trek fan, and this is probably going to be the cheapest way so far to get an original a TOS phaser. So yeah, I do admit though that the packaging for this is very very spot on to what it looked like from the '90s. But yeah, so you get a little try me circle here to try out your phaser in store. Which, by the way, I did try to do it, and it wasn't even working. I guess they had it off, which again I'll get to. But yeah, so there is that side of the box and that side of the box, and the back, which basically just tells you all the features that it has, including that it includes, surprisingly, it includes two AA batteries, actually included with it. Which usually toys of this range don't really do that sort of thing. So then you obviously open it, and this is all you really get is the phaser, and then the instruction manual, which obviously actually I did look at. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. Obviously, one side is just filled with screw holes, while the other side is just not. Honestly, legit, when I first got this, I was like, how the hell does this thing work? And then come to figure out, there's a little silver dial thing right there. So right now it's currently on off, obviously. If I turn it to the right, it would be in demo mode, where none of the lights pop up, not the emitter and not right here, but the sound effects still work. So yeah, and then obviously the final one is on, where that light glows, and then obviously when you pull the trigger, this one glows. So This is gonna be a little bit difficult since it actually is kind of difficult to try and move this. So I need like something like a rag or something to like kind of help us or help me do this. So red by itself is vaporize. So I'll try and hold up to the mic where okay. Also, the phaser type 1, this does not come out obviously. So I mean I guess that's replicating the original 90s one, but I would have loved to see this thing actually pop out. Which I guess it makes sense why I can't, since you know the speaker is right in the top. So yeah. But anyway, so here is I don't know how well or how good the quality is since I'm using the microphone on my laptop and not my actual mic, which is over there. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So there is that was vaporize. Then so yeah, red, like just regular red is vaporize. And then blue is stun, which everyone knows this sound effect. Which okay, this is weird about this one. So if I click it once, that just seems too short to me. But you can hold this one down and it kind of adds to that kind of lingering effect. Because obviously one shot, that's really not going to get anyone. But if you hold that shit down, then that's obviously going to make them fall to the floor. So yeah. And then I'm going to switch it real quick to the vaporize again so you can see the light. If I can. Oh, wrong one. See, sometimes when you're trying to do this, you kind of forget like which way is which to get to like which setting. So I would turn this to try and go into vaporize, and then I just realized I'm going to I'm going to freaking overload, which is the last one, which we'll get to in a second. If I can get to the goddamn thing. Oh damn. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna try it again. Pretty cool. Now we're gonna go to overload, which is evident by the blinking red light, which I don't understand why vaporize couldn't be like green or something, and then overload could be just the blinking red, but whatever. So this is kind of a long one, so I'm gonna try and hold the speaker up to the microphone while also having this in frame. So. So yeah, that's a pretty long one, but it gets the job across. So that pretty much does it for the TOS phaser. I really did wish that they did a since they have a line. Not only they have this, but they have a ship of they have a toy version of the TOS Enterprise, which I'm not gonna get that because I already have the Diamond Select one. So it's like, what's the point of even getting that? And then, if I can get this fucking thing around, they also have a line, two lines of action figures. They have a Wrath of Khan figure set, which includes Kirk, or Admiral Kirk, Captain Spock, and Khan. And then they have a TNG set, which I think has Captain Picard, Commander Riker, and I think Data as well. Oh my god, I was going the wrong goddamn way. Alright. So that, yeah, like I said, that was pretty much about it for the TOS phaser. Really cool item, and it's fairly cheap actually, like about $25. So, highly recommend it. Now, onto the big beast of this video. And it's this baby. Oh boy. So, this is the Star Trek The Motion Picture, the Director's Cut Complete Adventure box set. Now, if you guys are unaware of what this is, which is most likely going to be all of you, this is a collector's edition of the 4K of Star Trek The Motion Picture Director's Cut. which they released in, I think, early September to coincide with the release of all of the TOS Star Trek films getting a proper 4K remaster. Because last year they did a remaster, a 4K remaster of the first four, so the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, and Voyage Home, but it did include Final Frontier and Undiscovered Country. But like I said, in September of this year, we got all 6 films remastered in 4K. Now, I believe the first 4 films just used either the exact same transfer or a similar transfer to what they got in 2021. But obviously, 5 and 6 got brand new 4K remasters. So, they announced them, and then a day later, they announced that Star Trek The Motion Picture is getting a kind of a box set sort of thing. So I'm like, okay, let's see what we get for this, and, so that I can maybe justify getting it. And they did. So basically, what you get, and this is actually fairly huge for a box set. This may look tiny on camera, but this is at least like 2 regular 4Ks in one, at least. So it's fairly big. But I'm reading off the back here. What you get in this is exclusively featuring all 3 cuts of the film in 4K Ultra HD. So you get the regular theatrical cut, which came out in 1979. You got the director's cut, which came out in 2001, I think. And you get the TV version, which came out originally in 1983. And could only get for the longest time... I can grab the goddamn thing. You can only get the TV version for the longest time on VHS, which I actually do have an original... Or not an original, but a VHS version of the TV version. And the only thing that sucked about this was that it was presented in pan and scan, aka 4:3. So basically, you had the black bars on the side instead of traditional. Instead of its original aspect ratio of 235 to 1, which obviously it made sense for back then, since for at least for VHSs, since they would just be more casual. But the weird thing is that even the Laserdisc that came out around the same time was only pan and scan. So legit, the only way that you could ever watch the TV version was in 4:3, which honestly kind of did suck, because the only glimpse of widescreen footage that we had of the TV version was the deleted scenes that would be included on DVD and Blu-ray releases. But now we have the entire TV version in at least HD on this box set. And the catch is that you couldn't get the TV version on the standard versions or in the regular box set with all 6 films. So I was like, okay, this makes it justified. I'm going to get this. And I'm going to talk about the rest of this while I cut this with my little X-Acto knife here, which isn't mine. I'm borrowing it from the school because I'm part of an art class. But basically, they sold out of it fairly quickly when it initially came out, which obviously devastated me, because I was like, God damn it, I wanted to get that. But I was like, okay, I'm fine with just settling for the regular versions. And then, no joke, like a week ago, I find out that Best Buy, the closest Best Buy to me, was selling one. Well, actually, now I'm thinking about it, not even a week ago. It was more like, I would say more like few days ago, actually. And then I went out on a family car trip a few days ago, last weekend, and I don't want to pop that out yet. And we were driving over by the Best Buy. We weren't going into it, obviously, but I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go and check that out for a few minutes. And obviously, they had it sitting there, and it was the last one, and I didn't buy it initially because I was like, you know what, I'm saving my money. And then I had the thought of, Well, if you don't buy it now, it's gonna sell out in store, and then you're not gonna be able to get it unless it's by like a third party seller, like I mentioned earlier, and you're just gonna have to pay like $200-300 just for a few extra goodies, which you're probably not gonna do, and then you're just gonna feel stupid for not getting it initially. So I just said screw it, and now it's in my collection. I actually got this last night, but by the time I got back, it was already like past dark. So it was just like, what was even the point of making a video? Because I knew it would just be jittery as fuck whenever I moved. So I waited till today, and I'm trying to be as delicate with this thing as possible because I don't want to damage it. And now we're here. Oh. So, okay, that's sick. So I'm gonna remove. Okay, so real quick, this flap is just was just like not even glued onto the back. It was just kind of just sat there. Okay, that's actually kind of sick. I like that. But the title right here is all embossed. I don't know how well it's gonna. Actually, hold on real quick. I wonder how well it will pop up. Actually, I should probably put this guy away before I cut anything else. That should be fun for now. Okay. Oh. Really ripped the thing. I don't know how well it's gonna pop up. I don't think it will that much. I'm trying to see if I can get the. There, you can kind of see it. It's yeah, it's very embossed, and it actually does feel very nice. And then yeah, the back is just the starry sky, which I do really like. And then okay, here's the. I don't really actually see that much damage except for like the corners right here, which is like that's fine. I'm not really gonna be bothered with that. Okay, now taking it out. Okay, this is legit my first time I'm opening this, so you get my first time reaction. Oh, it's all like a nice finish. Okay, it's basically just the exact same as the regular box. So I'm gonna set this aside and make sure that. Oh, okay. Oh god, okay. We haven't even got into it and already it looks sick. So already you can tell there's a lot of goodies with this, but we have a I think it's like a little written extra introduction by the director, Robert Wise, who basically I'm just gonna read. Oh, I gotta hide that. Okay. So that it isn't often that an artist gets to revisit an old work, or ordinarily I wouldn't consider it. Art, and especially film, which is inherently collaborative medium, is not created in a vacuum. Rather, it results from a combination of focus and personalities, coupled with limitation of time, budget, and technology, which all converge in a way that is unique to a moment in time. Gene Roddenberry seemed to understand concepts like this, and he also believed if Star Trek is to be accepted as a mirror of his imagination, that time travel would one day be a reality. My experience in creating the director's cut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture has come closer to that reality than I have ever imagined. Star Trek is a prestigious film for Paramount, and their support was unswerving. Unfortunately, even they couldn't stop the clock from ticking. As we began to assess the ambitious technology breakthroughs we were attempting, we gradually realized that it was going to be a race. Thanks to a dedicated cast and crew who worked far beyond the call of duty, we survived the chaos of our final weeks and delivered a film on the day promised, December 7th, 1979. We had removed several key dialogue scenes in order to accommodate our incoming effects work, but no time remained to work on properly balancing these two components. Thanks again. Fuck that up. Thanks once again, Paramount, to Paramount's support, we have been able to complete the film as the director's cut. In addition to finding a new and I feel proper editorial or a properly balanced for the film, we have also completed those effects, shots, and scenes which we had to abort in 1979 and had given the film a proper final mix. It has been an opportunity which I never believed would happen, and one for which I am grateful beyond words. Gene Roddenberry was right. Time travel is possible. And then oh my god, okay. So, this is a flap, right? And I don't know how well this is going to pop up on camera, but you've opened it to reveal a beautiful shot of the refit Enterprise with all the inner workings of like each part. We'll get to the disc in a little bit, but let's focus on this part right here. So I'm gonna set this down, and then take this out. Oh, there's even more behind it. Oh, so this is the archives book, which I think basically just goes over like all the images and shots that they had during the making of the film. So we have the Enterprise. Oh, actually, I should probably show this. So we have concept images of the Enterprise. I actually do really like this shot right here. That looks sick. And then more effect shots. I think this one was actually the same one that they used for the insert panel right there. And then costume props. Oh god. Excuse me. So we have basically just like a cast photo and like some of the costume work and makeup. Let's see. We have some very interesting illustrations of certain key scenes in the film. Introducing the new Klingons, which I don't know if any of you guys know, but the Klingon commander is actually the guy who plays Sarek. Mark Leonard, I think his name is. Here's some shots of Vulcan, some illustrations, and then here's the Rich. Oh, so okay, so right here is the concepts for the V'ger scene, and then right here it's actually cool. They included before and after like screenshots of what it looks like in the theatrical cut, and then in the 4K director's cut, which I do like. This is actually really cool. So yeah, I like that they go to that effort to support the fans. And then again, more shots of or more design concepts, and then I don't know actually what this would have been. I think this might have been during the Klingon attack at the beginning, but I don't know what that is. So yeah, and then look at that, fairly cool. Then we have let's see. Oh, and then we have the reproduction postcards, which I'm not really gonna open because do I really need to? We have some sticker decals, again reproductions of 1979 ones, and then some looks like some bumper stickers as well. But yeah, again reproductions from 1979, and then I think I remember this one. Yep. This one is probably the best one out of all of them, I'll be honest. It's a little mini poster. God damn it. A mini poster for the director's cut. So, I always loved the original 1979 poster, and this is like a perfect modernization of it, and I really do love that. So now, on to the most important part, I feel like, which is the discs. So, put all these guys back in here. Make sure I don't screw up anything. I probably should look at this while I'm putting it in. This might take a little bit, actually. It's all about these stupid bumper stickers. I'm probably actually going to put these in the back. so they don't interfere with anything. There. That should work out better. Alright. Now that that's done, let's look at the discs, which, like I said, is in here. So we have, let's see. I'm going to set this down so I can actually scroll through this. And Jesus Christ, I forgot how big this thing would be. So, okay, this is one thing this is probably the only thing that I don't like about this, is that, if you guys can tell, these are in, like, these, like, sleevable things. I fucking hate these things because, one, they are a bitch to get the discs out, and two, they eventually start scratching the discs. So, that is really kind of annoying. But we have disc 1, which is the 4K of the director's cut. Which, by the way, I do plan on getting like a 3-disc 4K case, like empty 4K case, and just putting them all in here and then making like my custom, like a custom cover art for it. Then I think this is, yep. Here we go. This is disc 2, which is the 4K of the theatrical cut with special features. I think all of them have like a version of the film along with special features. So, yeah. And then we finally have this Blu-ray disc on the end, which I think either this includes, because considering the fact that it says bonus disc, I'm just gonna guess and say this is all the bonus features, and that that the TV version is either on, I think it's either on the bonus disc or the 4K disc for the theatrical cut. I don't know which one it is, but I guess we'll just figure out and see on that one. And then we just slide this thing back in, and there we go. Okay, so the one thing before we get on to the final part is, it doesn't mention on here that, it doesn't mention what's on which discs. It just mentioned all, like, the goodies and crap. And then it does mention that it has all 3 versions, but it doesn't specify, which scene it's on. Actually, wait, I'm looking at this. This must have limited collector's edition, the complete adventure, exclusively contains a 4K Ultra HD with HDR10 and Dolby Vision disc, featuring the special longer version of Star Trek: The Motion Picture alongside. Oh, okay. So I was right. So basically, the second 4K disc with the theatrical cut, that has the TV version. So okay. So I got confused there, so I was like, where would it be at? Alright, so that was my little unboxing of Star Trek: The Motion Picture Director's Cut box set. I really do love this thing, honestly. Like I said, the only real complaint that I have is just with the sleeves that the discs are in. I would have much preferred them just have like a jewel case sort of thing where they just kind of click in, because at least that feels somewhat more secure than just having sleeves where you could easily just scratch the disc to hell. So, like I said, I will be getting like an empty 4K case that can house 3 discs and just put them in there. And so yeah, and obviously it does come with a digital code, which is, I'm gonna hide it. Oh, I didn't even realize that the thing was on the back. So the introduction by Robert Wise. So that's fun. But yeah, my digital code is right here, so I'm not going to share that because I want to watch this film digitally. Thank you. That was the mistake I made years ago when I would just show that shit off, and then people just came along and stole my digital code. So like stuff like, Terminator 2, I can't watch that digitally now because someone fucking took it from me. But anyway, I'm sidetracking you. Anyway, if you guys can find this, because they are very hard to find in stores. I I think there are a few Best Buys around in the California area that do have them. I went to Tracy for mine, and that's where I got this one. Unfortunately, it was the last one in Tracy, so if anyone lives around Tracy and was trying to pick this up, sorry, it's mine. But there is one in, there's a few in Saddle Ranch, and a few in Stockton as well. So if you live by those areas, there should be at least one or two there. But if you don't have like a local store near you and you can only really buy online, I think your best bet, because the weird thing is that this thing on Best Buy's in person, it was, I have the receipt right here. It was $83.99, and obviously with tax that boosted up to about $90. Not that bad. But get this, on Best Buy's website, they have it for basically $99.99. So basically $100 plus shipping, which is probably like at least $5, and then tax, which is about, I think it's about 10% of the cost. So that's an extra $10. So basically you're spending around $115 just to have this thing shipped to you through BestBuy.com. I think that's bullshit, and if you have a Best Buy near you, check to see if they have it in stores, because it's a way better deal getting it in store than online. But if you don't have a Best Buy near you and you don't want to pay out that stupid ass price for it on the Best Buy website, probably Amazon would probably be your best bet next, since it is sold by a third party, but I think it is shipped by Amazon. So I could be totally wrong about that, but as far as I know, I think it is sold, it is shipped through Amazon. So I think you should be really easy there, and it's only about like $60-$70. So yeah, but basically, if you're trying to look for this, I just say look carefully, because there are scammers out there that try to sell this for over $100. To be completely honest, I feel like that maybe $100 is the maximum you can go with this. I don't think it's worth anything more or anything less. So at least just try and look for try and look for this officially, like through like I said, Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, Target, whatever. And if you can't do it through there, find a reputable dealer, because there are, like I said, there are people out there that can easily scam you out of this, and I don't want to see that. So just try your best to try and look for a place that sells this, and it is, a place that you can trust, at least, I would say. Just try and look for somewhere like that, because they can easily scam you out, third-party sellers, and they could screw you over, basically. And that just sucks for me to see. But yeah, just try and look for a reputable place, or a place that you just know that is going to give you a good price and will bring you the product in somewhat decent quality. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that was my little unboxing / overview of the Star Trek Motion Picture Director's Cut box set. That's a mouthful. Obviously, you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's way longer, but it's just easier just to say that, what I just said, since it just rolls off the tongue better. But yeah, I really do enjoy this, and like I said, if you guys can find it for a good price and from a good seller, pick it up, because it is really worth it. But don't pay over $100 for this thing. It's not worth it. But yeah, that just really concludes it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and stay tuned for whatever might be next on my channel. So, actually, speaking of which, there is a reason why I did pick this up besides for the, restoration work for the motion picture. I may be working on some Redux reviews for the rest of Season 6, and this has his name all over it. I'll just save that for later. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for whenever the next video might be. Live long and prosper, and out.